This is Detroit Sports World coming at you once again, talking about something that I am very passionate about, and that is sports. So if you have not subscribed to me yet and you're looking at this video, you should subscribe right now. Basketball is finally over. I am kind of pissed about that because basketball is my favorite sport. But you know what? We got something to look forward to, and that is the offseason. Props to Golden State and props to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Both of them clearly were the best team. I mean, let's be real. They were the best team. But Golden State was on a whole nother level. So props to them. But let's get to the Pistons. The Pistons got a lot of work to do. And we and the Pistons have to figure out what are they going to do to work on this team that was supposed to be a playoff team, but didn't live up to the expectations. Did not at all. One of the highest paid salaries in the NBA, and you did not make the playoffs. The Detroit Pistons. So, what do they need to do? Do they need to clean house? Should they clean house? Or should they build on what they have, add to it? Or do they need to do both? And I think it's a mixture of things that they need to do. And there's some good guys out there they could probably get for cheap if that player thinks that the Detroit Pistons could be a destination for them. So let's get to it. I'm going to give you a list of people I think the Pistons probably could target. One of those people, Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay's out there. He's available. He had a player's option and decided he wanted to test the market. You can get him for cheap. He had a huge injury, out for the year, and you might be able to get him for cheap. However, he's a veteran. He might be looking to go to a championship caliber team, and you know what? He might even take on a role of being a bench player. But I'm just throwing that out there. Rudy Gay, we know what he can do. He is a very proven guy. Kyle Korver's out there. He's a sharpshooter. I'm pretty sure Cleveland's not going to bring him back, and if they do bring him back, it'll be really cheap because Kyle Korver's making some big-time money this past year. J.J. Redick is out there. J.J. Redick is a free agent this year. Will the Clippers sign him, or will he go somewhere else? We shall see about that. Another guy out there that a lot of people aren't talking about, Zach Randolph. Zach Randolph still has ball left inside of him. Just because he got his spot took in Memphis and he had a smaller role does not mean anything. That man can ball. You put him on the Pistons, have him come off the bench and have that veteran leadership, because who's the leader on our team? Can you honestly tell me who's the leader on the Detroit Pistons? You can't tell me. I can't even tell you because I don't see one. Just saying. But Zach Rudolph has a great attitude, brings a lot to the game. Why not go after a guy like him? Mason Plumlee is a restricted free agent. If the Pistons decide they want to go a different route and let's say maybe trade Drummond or look for other options for Drummond, why not? Drummond's making $130 million. Why not go for a guy like Mason Plumlee, where Mason Plumlee's not worth $130 million? He's not. Okay, but it's so hard to get big men in the league now that you can get a guy like Mason Plumlee and you can pay him $50-60 million. If Mozgov can get $60 million from the Lakers, you can pay Mason Plumlee $60 million. And I don't know, because the Nuggets got a center. They got a really good center, an all-star caliber center. Mason Plumlee, you could honestly steal him for $60 million, and I don't think the Nuggets would match that. Nuggets would not match that. So, or even $70 million, that wouldn't be bad. But only if you decide you are trying to move Drummond, and there is a rumor right now that multiple rumors, multiple reports, that Reggie Jackson and Drummond are on trade. They're up for trade. Why not go after a guy like Taj Gibson, older veteran, just like Zach Randolph, but has a little bit more left in the tank? What about Tim Hardaway Jr.? Not a lot of people are talking about him, guys. Tim Hardaway Jr., what if you decide that you don't match Kentavious Caldwell-Pope's contract and you let him go to, let's say, particularly the Nets. What if the Nets, because there was a report out there that the Nets were going to go after him, and they gave him a max contract. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is going to get paid, guys, to the range of 70 to 100 million. Will the Pistons match that? And you know what? If they don't decide they want to match that, why not go after still a young guy in Tim Hardaway Jr., where you can pay him 60 to 70 million and be able to afford other guys on your team? Just saying. Just saying. Why not go after a guy like Merrick from the Chicago Bulls? He's a restricted free agent. You can throw some money at him. Why not go after a guy like Sean Livingston? I don't see him going anywhere else but or staying. He's probably going to stay put. He probably was one of the best backup point guards in the league, and that man can start. If you throw a little bit of money at him, he might think about it. Just saying. I honestly think that we should think about re-signing Aaron Baines. Aaron Baines is scheduled to make $6.5 million. So why not re-sign him? He was still decent for us. He just didn't get the minutes that he deserved. Just saying. Why not go after a guy like Amir Johnson? Got his spot took. Then he got lost playing time with the Boston Celtics. You can afford him for cheap. Why not go after a guy like Jonathan Simmons? Why not go after a guy like Tyreke Evans? I know he's injury prone, but you know what? He can come off the bench, give you somewhat production when healthy. And last but not least, why not go after a guy like JaVale McGee? JaVale McGee is going to go somewhere else and get paid. It's just going to happen. He's proved himself with Golden State. Yeah, he was on a team that wasn't selfish, and he did really good with them. He's going to go somewhere else probably and get paid because Golden State isn't going to match other people's offer. Let me give you a couple trade scenarios, guys. Let me give you a couple trade scenarios. What about Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Reggie Bullock, John Lure for Mason Plumlee if you get the Nuggets to do a sign and trade, Emmanuel Mounier and Gary Harris? What about that? That wouldn't be a bad trade. Or if you're thinking about trading Drummond, why not trade Drummond, the 12th round pick of this year's draft, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and Reggie Bullock for Jimmy Butler, Denzel Valentine, Robin Lopez, and Merrick if you can do a sign and trade. If not, go after Bobby Portis. That wouldn't be a bad trade because the Pistons were looking at possibly trading that 12th pick for a superstar. Why not go after a guy like Jimmy Butler? Or why not trade up in this year's draft and go after Dennis Smith? That would be a great idea. We have the talent. We can definitely trade up. And last but not least, why not go after Boston's players like Terry Rosen, Marcus Smart, Tyler Zeller, and their 32nd pick in the second round for Andre Drummond and Reggie Bullock? So that's a pretty good trade scenario. Let me know what you think, guys. There's a lot that the Pistons need to do. And like I said, we're the highest, one of the highest salaries in basketball. And we didn't make the playoffs. You let me know what you think. Hopefully I provided you with some great information. I'm pretty sure you guys have your own opinion of what the Pistons should do and what type of trade scenario you think they should get. But some are realistic, some are not. Let me know what you think. You can follow me on all social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it. I'm out. Peace.